Welcome back to JHL Cinema Clash. Today we'll be discussing which alternate Spider-Man deserves his own movie and why. Starting off with the obvious, Miles Morales Spider-Man.
100% Miles Morales is. I believe he's a hero that everybody's gonna be expecting already to have a live action one. And the way it's going right now, I have the feeling that in the future he might be a little bit more famous than Spider-Man. I think he could not obviously erase Spider-Man because he's too iconic, but have so much big of a impact in the community that everybody's gonna be like, nope, we like Miles Morales. And the person that I think that can play him, you know that kid from Stranger Things, Caleb, the dark skinned one.
Mm-hmm.
He'll
Yeah,
play he'll play a good part, but his age like roughens the feathers right there. He's a hell of an actor, but he's 24. And that's the only little thing that I think that could mess up him having the part. If we had to pick someone with a non-known name, Jalen from the movie Crossover in Disney, he's young, 19, and I think he can play a good part.
What?
From the movie Crossover, the Crossover is on Disney. I think that would be a good cast because he is younger and he's not as famous.
You can get quite a few movies out of him before we start to notice the age.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie, that's a good pick, but I'm not gonna lie. I think everybody's already expecting that guy. I'm expecting in the upcoming films. To be honest, I expect to see a Miles Morales eventually, especially that Into the Spider-Verse and the animated ones did so well, and the storyline was written so well. I'm expecting a live action. They don't even have to change. The Into the Spider-Verse was so fire that they don't even have to change that storyline. They literally just have to make it into a live action with the same fucking soundtrack, because that's something I give those that Into the Spider-Verse and the Across the Spider-Verse. Both of those have a fucking iconic soundtrack. So to be honest, I expect something like that. I hope that they bring something like that into the mix, right? Where it's even if it's multi-universe thing, where it's not even where Tom Holland's at, right? Because we don't want to kill off Tom Holland, but
No.
something like that would be fire, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's crazy because to me, I think he's definitely stronger than your normal Spider-Man. I mean, maybe not stronger, but his abilities. His abilities are way different. Yeah, I mean that dude is crazy, bro. Crazy. Because he has all the powers of Spider-Man and some.
That is true.
Yeah. He has the electricity,
plus he's Puerto Rican.
Invisibility.
That's the main reason. That's the main reason I think we all want to see it, because we need a Puerto Rican live action hero to come out already. He's half and half, but you know.
We had one. We had a
White Tiger.
Oh, White Tiger. Yeah, but you saw what happened.
And the way he was talking about Puerto Rico and the coquillo, that shit.
Yeah. That part, he sounded off on that one for sure. So next one up is Scarlet Spider. That's like the clone version of that they did of Peter Parker. Yeah. The one with the hoodie, like that blue hoodie.
That blue hoodie.
To me, he hasn't been introduced. I feel like it's just not only that. And it's a clone. So he doesn't have his own like potential. You see what I'm saying? It's
not Spider-Man.
A clone. Yeah, it's a clone of.
They could put him like in a show, like
maybe a show would be good.
Yeah, like a show to present him some type of way. That would look cool.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Sony will probably do some shit like that with Amazon. Those fuckers.
I don't know, because so far, right? Sony hasn't gotten a lot of movies right, but Into the Spider-Verse, I'm gonna continue to give that animated movie its props, because man, the movie was fire. To me, it was fire. The whole thing was fire. I watched it like if it was a live action. Yeah, that's how dope it was. The Kingpin to his uncle, man, the whole movie was dope. And then the dad, everything was fire. And then Across the Spider-Verse was dope too. I mean,
it's that they knew how to switch it up. They knew how to play with the characters. They didn't do too much. They didn't do too less, because we're used to seeing Uncle Ben being such a good guy and old man. And this one, he's a villain that's actually regretting what he's doing. Kingpin looks fucking tough, kills Spider-Man. Oh. You know, so they knew how to play with their characters there.
Which is crazy, Kingpin killing Spider-Man. The guy who can battle against fucking the Hulk. It still was good, though. It still was a great
But this is why we
line.
say there's different Spider-Men out there. They're not all the same.
Yeah, yeah.
Idol.
So
again with this?
Next on the list, Phoenix Spider-Man.
So that's an interesting one, right? Because I know we talked earlier that the Scarlet Spider-Man it's a clone. And although he technically in this one doesn't have the power of the Phoenix, it's an android, if I'm not mistaken, that he took the technology and utilized it to fight against the enemy. But it gave him cosmic-like powers. I don't know. I think that'll be an interesting one, bro, because
his outfit looks tough.
It does.
Yeah, it does. So here's my 2 cents on it. I think it would be dope, but I think it has to be further down the line. Not right now. See what I'm saying? Like
in hindsight, thinking about it, I don't think it's live action worthy because it's going to require a storyline where this is a whole different Spider-Man. I don't think this is going to be the same Spider-Man like Tom Holland Spider-Man. This is probably going to be 2 different Spider-Mans down the road, if maybe less, but who knows? Yeah.
Well, let's see what they do with that. Well, if this is just us talking shit, but this is something that we would like to see.
Yeah, for sure. Next on the list, Spider-Gwen. Her outfit is fire. I don't care what nobody says. Her outfit is dope.
Isn't she Ghost Spider?
That's what. Yeah, I like the shit. Her fighting skills are cool. Anything, and an actor that can actually play that character. What's this series name? The girl that plays the Adam family. Wednesday.
I don't think
you
so.
know.
I think she's
no, not her.
Not
her. No, not her. You know her friend.
Whoa, what do you mean by that?
Well, he means the I guess like the aura she gives out.
Yeah, her aura. Not come on.
No.
Yeah.
Now I wasn't talking about her. You know how the one that plays her friend, the little blonde girl that turns into a monster or something like that, or a wolf. That she's blonde.
A wolf.
She can actually play a good role. She fits that character.
I would have said the original Gwen Stacy, but unfortunately she got killed off. I think that's probably would have made this one a little complicated to bring back because they killed her off, and it's going to be hard to see somebody else play her role because she did such a good role.
Like Jay said, there's a bunch of Gwen Stacy's out there, Bobby. We can use one from a different universe.
Cutscene.
But it would have been fire to see her side by side with.
So she can still come out. Because remember they used Gamora. Look at Gamora. Gamora literally died from the Soul Stone, where she wasn't supposedly to come back. And they got her from a different timeline, brought her ass to the present, and she stayed in the present.
Which, by the way, they dropped the ball with that one because, obviously we lost Black Widow for the same exact reason. Oh, but we can't bring it back. We tried.
But she wasn't part of the Thanos crew. That's why.
Okay. She made she did kick Star-Lord in the balls, so that was a good point bringing her back.
I know this is off topic, but Spider-Noir, I like his show. I don't think it's movie worthy, but I definitely like his show.
Well, it's probably not movie.
Oh yeah. It would be dope to see him in a cameo for sure.
Like it would have been great if he would have came out in the previous Spider-Man. If he would have came out, she would have been so badass, bro.
Well, probably not for a movie just because of Nicolas Cage, but if someone else plays it, no, I'm honest because I know that Noir he's supposed to be older, but give us someone like
not that old.
Yeah, not that old. They could probably play the role into going to the movie, but this is super recent him playing it, so I don't see him going nowhere no time soon.
Nah, we'll probably see a cameo. I think if that show continues to do as good as if season 2 comes out and it does as good as season 1, if not better, I think there's a good probability that Marvel may be like, all right, we got something here. We can introduce him at some point in a future Spider-Man movie.
So this would be my pick, right? Spider-Man 2099, just because he came out in Enter the Spider-Verse. I thought his part there, and then the voice actor was Oscar Isaac, which I think he would play a phenomenal
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099. The only thing he's casted as Moon Knight, so there would be maybe a little bit of conflict there. But I think he'd play a great part. I know Diego Luna might be a good one too, where he kind of
would be a
looks
good one. That's crazy. I did not think about that.
he kind of looks like him, but still the front runner to me would be Oscar Isaac. Is that not only is he a great actor, well, what's conflicting is he played a great Moon Knight, you know, and I would hate it
Yeah.
for them not to give me Moon Knight and bring out him as Spider-Man 2099.
I mean, we did just get Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, so.
But the thing with that is, I would like to see him out of
That is true.
I would actually like to see a movie of Moonlight, because if they're not going to use him for a movie and keep on using him for shows, it's like...
The thing is that he's one of those characters too, where he's a good character to have come out in other movies, but to dedicate an entire movie to him, it'll be tough, especially after the success of the show, because you have a show, right, that's going to generate a bunch of subscriptions. Why would you eliminate that just to come out with a movie? Just keep feeding that show and maybe have him come out in a movie like they did with Daredevil and Punisher. I think that makes more sense to me.
Hear me out, because I'm about to hit you with the ultimate storyline, right? And this is very similar to the Marvel Rivals storyline, where Blade gets captured and by Dracula, and he goes to save Blade, and it's more like a team up film, like Deadpool and Wolverine, versus a solo film. I'd watch that. I'd watch that 12 times.
Well, you
that
give
same year.
So, Jairo, that's a great point, because then you can make that character have that dark side to it, because Spider-Man 99, he is that dark side of Spider-Man, that I'll do whatever has to be done just to get the dub. So that I'll give you it there. It'll be dope.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Fun fact about that Spider-Man 2099. He's technically, I know they didn't mention this in Into the Spider-Verse, but he was a addict. I swear, they made
I don't know.
Where he's from, they made a rapture pill, and they got him addicted to it. And he was the lead genetic scientist for that corporation, and he ends up
Smack.
He ends up on Smack, and the thing is, he ends up trying to use his what he was creating, which was he wanted to create the Spider-Man, like the Spider-Man powers, but his subordinate, like the employee he had, ends up sabotaging it, putting it 50-50, 50 human DNA and 50 spider. And that's why he grows claws instead of, like, he has retractable claws, retractable fangs, and his fangs have venoms. So it's more like an actual spider than it is like Spider-Man is.
So he probably even throws webs from his butt, if you come to see.
I mean, maybe he might. Well, guys, that's all we had for you today. Let us know what you think in the comments. Go ahead and like, follow, subscribe. And if you don't, suck.